What's up, gamers, and welcome to a new episode of Last Claudia. Today is a special edition because we're doing a video based off of something that I said I was going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and do it. So, what exactly did I say? In the previous video, I mentioned if I were to complete the Tower of Trials, I would actually talk about the new arc. And behold, that's right. I have completed the Tower of Trials for the very first time ever, so I'm definitely happy to say that this is done. And just to kind of give you an idea, it was a challenge. I will say that my first squad was able to pretty much dominate the entire thing, with the exception of floor 75. Those who've played 75 know exactly what I'm talking about. It did wipe my first squad, but my second squad was able to finish the job and we were able to move on. And after that, Squad 1 was able to continue with the pace and basically take out the rest. So, very happy to see that. For those interested in what squads I was using, I think I showed this on my last video, but just kind of show you. Let me get rid of all these options here. This is the teams that I used. Now, at the time, I think Amelia was in the low. She was in the 80s, I want to say, like lower to mid 80s in the beginning, and gradually got to the lower 90s. And then Lily was in the high 90s and basically maxed out. And then, of course, the bottom characters were just being leveled. And the squad 2 was just, my original squad for Tower up until this point. So, with this squad, with the arcs you see there, that's basically what I used to clear the tower. And I'm just thankful that it worked out. Now, also on this video, I'm going to talk about the arc, but I'm also going to talk about some of the gacha stuff that's coming out in the new year, just to kind of give you an idea so you can kind of make your own decision as far as is it going to be worth spending your crystals and even paid crystals on some of the stuff coming out. So we'll be taking a look at that after I talk about the tower arc. So before I get into it, I did mention I was going to do a few shout outs before we, did all the stuff. So just a few shout outs here. It might take a few minutes. First off, Mobile Gamers Unite. I want to definitely give him some love here because he has sent some of you to my channel. So for those who don't know who he has a channel where he basically talks about mobile games in general. Last Cloud is definitely one of the ones he talks about. And we have a lot in common as far as like how we think and believe about this game. So it's cool to have someone with the same mindset. Also, we have the same birthday, which is very interesting. But he's a good channel. Check him out, watch him, show him some support. And I appreciate him for constantly dropping my name off and on for various things. So just thank you. Shout outs to you, bud. Now, the next person I'm going to shout out is Handy Killcam. He is a personal friend of mine that I've known since, junior high. So well over 20 years. And so he's been my boy since day one. He does YouTube and Twitch videos. So if you're interested in what he does, it's mostly either shooting games or Rocket League or something like that. So just check him out. He's also a part of the Able Gamers charity, which is a charity that basically helps disabled people be able to game just like everyone else. So I like to support the cause. And then, of course, I do want to give a shout out to Games Done Quick, not sponsored. Basically, they have two events twice, I'm sorry, two events a year where they have a week long charity stream. I think they're starting theirs January the 3rd till I want to say the 10th for their Awesome Games Done Quick, raising money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. So basically, they're going to be doing streaming various games of all types and raising money in the process. So if you like seeing some of your favorite games sped run, go ahead and check them out on Twitch. They'll be live, or if you want to wait till it comes out on YouTube, you can definitely check it out over there as well as their past years of content. This is the one charity that I support the most because I like to definitely donate and check out what's going on. It is going to be online instead of offline, so you're not going to be able to see the crowd that you normally see. So it's not going to be as hype as it normally would be, but it's still pretty cool to check out, and I still want to support them. So I definitely appreciate that. All right, moving along, we're going to go ahead and talk about the arc. So once you've completed the tower, all 80 floors, you get the Phantom Tower arc. The attribute is HP plus 15%. Oh, by the way, I waited till I got the arc to level 10 before I wanted to do the recording. I actually got this on Christmas morning, like literally right after midnight. I actually like pushed to complete the tower and it worked out. But I didn't want to make a video until I got this to level 10, just so you can see what it is at, max stuff. So the attribute is HP plus 15%, special damage from enemies minus 20%, unit strength and intelligence plus 10% for each incapacitated ally. It's an okay arc as far as the attributes concerned. It's nothing special. I think there are better arcs that you'll probably use than this. But, the HP plus 50% is probably one of the best things. The special damage, you know, it could help a little bit too. But for the most part, it's just okay as far as the attributes are concerned. As far as what you can learn, you got Giga Blazer and Giga Lastoma, which are okay. You got Reincarnation, which is basically auto life. So battle start if your unit is incapacitated, revived to 50% HP once per quest. So not once per wave, once per quest. There's a difference there. And you also have auto regen. So basically, you just constantly get HP, which is decent. You have decoy, which is also pretty good. And then the new one here, HP plus 2, which is basically HP plus 1,000. So you could stack this with the HP ups that you already have in the game just to kind of bolster the HP. Why is it necessary? There are certain characters that get bonuses, like Senku, for example. I believe he shrugs damage based off of your max HP, so the HP plus 2 should be able to help with that. So it's a good thing to have if you have characters like that, and a few others if you happen to have extra SC laying around. So, like I said, overall, decent stuff. Nothing that I would say is game breaking, but overall it's decent. And then the last thing you need to know about the arc itself is the Ether reward, which is the Phantom Tower key. What does it unlock? This is a 6-star item, accessory to be more specific. You basically get stats all across the board. You get plus 150 HP and then plus 10 strength, intelligence, MP, defense, and I'm sorry, MP is 25, but you get 10 strength, intelligence, defense, and mind. So this is basically an item that gives you a boost to all of your stats, which is a decent item. Also, the trait on here is damage cap plus 500, which is probably the biggest reason that you'll want this is for the damage cap increase. That's really the big deal there. Now, there is another Arc Aether reward item that's slightly better in terms of stats. I believe it's Crown of the Sun. And what that does is it basically gives you a 300 HP bonus, no strength, but you get 40 intelligence, MP, defense, and mind. So you get better stats, except you don't have this 10 strength, and you also don't get the trait to go with it. So it's more of a toss about what you think might be better. I think this is still decent to have, mainly if you want to get your damage cap up for whatever character you want. An extra 500 is always helpful. And I think that's the biggest reason to have this arc, if for nothing else, is for the actual accessory. That's it. Like I said, I'm probably not going to do too much of the other skills to learn except maybe HP plus 2 for Senku, but it's really the Phantom Tower key that I want. So, yeah, like I said, overall it's a decent arc. I wouldn't call it like a top tier arc. It's probably like mid tier at best, but like I said, the Arc Aether reward is really where it's at. So, hopefully that was helpful for some of you to determine if it's worth pushing. So if you're stuck in the 70s and you're not sure if you want to try, hopefully what I told you will let you decide if it's worth trying or not. Now, moving along, we're going to go ahead and talk about some of the information here in the news. This is the last Claudia New Year Spectacular we're talking about, but we're specifically talking about the New Year Gacha stuff. So we're going to hit the 1231 tab. Now, some of this stuff, is pretty basic. You're gonna have limited stuff where you're gonna get extra free crystals, like 3,000 crystals, by doing the special quest. You're also gonna have chances to, I believe, play bosses that you've already beat before. I'll go up to it. Let me see. Oh, you have the story where it's basically gonna be kind of a tribute to Cal and his friends. You might get a little surprised with that potentially. You also get some motifs, which is pretty cool. Uh, let's take a look here. You also get the amazing rewards and train your units. So basically, you're going to get crystals, clusters of all colors by playing some of the trading stuff. Tells you what the rates are for certain characters when you're leveling and getting AP and all that. But and of course you have the fish reward. But here's the main thing we need to talk about. I'm gonna go down just a little more right here. So here's the New Year's gotcha stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about this real quick, just to kind of give you an idea of what to expect when you spend your crystals on this, or before you do determine if it's worth it or not. Specifically for the paid one. So this is the new year only. At least one UR and one Descent of Heroes unit, 10 spin gotcha. So basically, for 9,600 paid crystals, you get to get a UR Arc, a Descent of Heroes limited unit guaranteed, and an SSR higher is guaranteed in every one of the remaining 8 slots. Now, when it says slots, I'm not sure if they're talking about like within the same 10 pool or if they're talking about 10 separate pools. I kind of doubt that they're going to give you 10 multi pools for 9,600 paid crystals. I think that would be too good. And I don't know. Like I said, because basically the way that it worded is this is a special 10 series gotcha, which I don't know exactly what that means. So I mean, maybe it could be 10 multiples, but I don't see that happening. That's way too good, but maybe it is. But like I said, the way that it's worded, I need clarification. If you guys know for sure what they're indicating, please let me know in the comments. Because if it is 10 separate multiples, then it's 100% worth it. Now, the reason that I doubt this is below. It says, in addition, if you draw the gotcha, you will receive at least, oh, sorry, you will receive 3 of the at least one SR 10. Basically, 10. You're getting 3 more multiples, is what it's saying. So, what I think this is for 9,600 paid crystals, you're going to get in that one spin the UR arc, or a random UR arc, a random Descent of Heroes character, and 8 UR or better arcs or characters, whatever the case may be. I'm sorry. Yeah, because he even says it right there, gotcha spin. The first to 8 spins, you get a guaranteed SSR arc or higher. And then you can potentially get the UR arc or Descent of Heroes unit. They're also available in that. The ninth spin is the one that gives you the Descent of Heroes character, and then the 10 spin gives you a UR arc guarantee. So I don't know if each spin is a multiple or if they're just talking about like one, like, uh, orb to give you something. I'm not too sure exactly what that means when they say 10 series. I hope it's 10 multiples, but I doubt it, only because they're already giving you 3 extra multiples. So it just seems too good to be true. But again, I need clarification. I have no idea. But I will say that if it is giving you 10 multiples plus 3 additionals, then this is 100% worth it. But if it's just, a multiple that happens to give you 8 SSR hires, then a UR, then a Descent of Heroes, it's okay, but I don't know if it's worth it because the problem here is you're not getting a selector. If you could select the UR arc and select the Descent of Hero character you wanted, I would say it's worth it because the problem that I have is even I've been considering this, but the problem is I don't want to get a duplicate of the one UR arc I already have, which is the El Dravania. I don't want to get that again for 9,600 page gems. I would rather be able to get any of the other 3, and I would actually be happy. So if I was guaranteed not to get El Dravania, then I would actually strongly consider it. But right now, I'm not too sure. I'm not confident. However, if you're either newer or you just don't have a UR arc and you have the money to spend, I think this might be worth it for you. I mean, getting any of the UR arcs are going to be it's going to be good for you. You're going to get skills, abilities that you can't get anywhere else. Like I said, it's much worth it. Now, the only thing you need to know is that the new character in the arc, which is the Spirit Maiden Theria and Radius Starry Calamity, those do not come with any of this. So you don't have a chance to get either of those two. You just get everything else, which is listed here in this little space here. Now, as far as the set of hero characters, I'm okay with the majority of what's here. There might be 5 units that I don't care to have, but everybody else, if I either get a dupe or a new one, like for example, if I get Lagrobos, which I don't have, or who else? If I get Zex, I'll definitely want him too. So if I get some characters that I actually like that I don't have, I'll take it. Or if I get duplicates of like Ray or Balin, I'll be happy too. So like I said, this is giving you guaranteed good stuff, but the problem is you don't get to choose what it is. Like if I'm going to be spending 9,600 paid crystals, I'd like to be able to select what I'm getting, for the money that I'm spending. But that's just my opinion. But like I said, formulate your own, do your own research, and decide is it worth it to you or not. No, that's not it though. You also have the New Year only 1 unit guaranteed 10 spin gotcha. Now, this, in my opinion, is 100% worth it. Now, first and foremost, this is not paid crystals. This is regular crystals. So, basically, this gotcha is a 10 spin gotcha that can be drawn up to 3 times with 3,000 crystals apiece. So, if you want to do it 3 times, you're spending 9,000 crystals. And like I said, each spin gives you 1 unit guaranteed. And the good thing is that you could potentially get a Descent of Heroes character as well. It's not guaranteed to get those heroes, but you can get one of those heroes. Now, this I am going to invest in mainly because there is a specific character that I've been wanting for a long time. That's not even limited, by the way, but I still haven't been able to pull, which is my boy Logia. But if I do end up getting a decent Descent of Hero character as well, I'm okay. But I'm doing this specifically to try to get a specific character, and hopefully I get it. If I get it, I'm content. Don't even worry about the other characters. I'm pretty much done. Like if I, as a matter of fact, no, I'm still gonna do all three anyway. Even if I get Logia the first spin, just because getting a duplicate characters is good to give you maximum SC and all that. So it's worth it. So for anyone that, and again, these are not paid crystals. This is just with regular crystals. And for the next few days, you're going to be getting a lot of freebies when it comes to crystals, which is why I decided to use a bunch of my resources to try to get Theria, which I did not. But, or I did not get the Arc either, which is fine. But, they're going to be giving you quite a few freebies between now and New Year, so you should, I want to say, be able to get 9,000 crystals. You'll probably have to play in some, level up some characters to 100 or do some other quests that you haven't quite gotten all your gems for or whatever. Just do a bunch of stuff in the game and you should be able to get enough crystals, I want to say, to at least do this, if nothing else. I think this is the best bargain you're going to get, bar none, hands down. And remember, no theory or nothing like that. New theory. Now, they have a bunch of other stuff down here. I'm not going to go over all of this, but I do kind of just want to talk about the equipment just so you can determine if it's worth doing the 4,800 paid crystals to get this equipment and all this stuff. So, this is the Lucky Ox Hammer. It's a hammer, obviously. Crit rate plus 5%. Physical attacks have an extremely small chance to cause item drop on critical hits, one per enemy. No attribute and strength 159. So, this is an okay item. I don't know if I would necessarily go out of my way for it. There are accessories that you can earn from one of the ship arcs that will give you a better chance, I want to say, or maybe the same chance to basically do the same thing that this does. Um, Actually, I don't even think you have to do a crit. I think you just get it for like for killing something. So this is still pretty cool though. Like I said, if you want to get this and equip it to say Robin, it'll give him a 5% crit rate, which will already help him out to get the crits, and then it'll just kind of give you a better chance to get an item drop. I personally wouldn't use it. It's not really worth it to me. I'm okay with just using Robin and borrowing somebody's Zex or Yashimaru. So this is just kind of if you want to try to up your odds of getting an item, maybe just giving it to a different character that doesn't have any kind of a steal trait. Like I said, there are ways to do this if you want it to, help your odds, but I wouldn't say that it's necessary. But again, it's up to you. Just want to kind of throw that out there. And that's pretty much all the important stuff, in my opinion, that you need to know about. Oh, and don't forget the freebie here. You will be getting basically 30 Mother Souls, some crystallites, crystals, a large gold piece, and first rate power potions. And the first rate power potion gives you like, I don't know, what, 30k experience or something like that. I don't really remember. But like I said, it's free. Don't forget to get that. That's probably the most important thing for you to get because it's free. And all this stuff basically drops, I believe, on New Year's Eve, right? Yeah, New Year 12/31, so New Year's Eve. So for those of you watching the day I release it or the day after, know you got a couple of days before this happens. This will be your time to try to, try to get some crystals either by leveling up characters or doing other things that, can get you more crystals. And hopefully you can get up to 9,000 so you can at least get the guaranteed units on those. But hopefully this will give you kind of an idea of is it worth investing one for the UR stuff, DOH stuff, or if it's worth it to you to get the 10 spin stuff. Because not everybody's going to do all of this. Now, a lot of people are not going to pay 9,600 paid crystals to get the UR. I don't blame you. I really don't. Like I said, I'm even debating it myself. But I'm sure that the majority of players are going to, at the very least, at least do one multi spin to get a guaranteed character. Because that's actually a steal. This is probably the best bargain you're going to get. For free crystals, by the way, not paid crystals. So there you have it. But that's all. That's going to be all for me today. I just wanted to talk about some of the New Year stuff and specifically talk about that arc since I did say I was going to make a video. Hopefully this was informative to you, and I hope that this helped you, maybe make some decisions. If you have anything else that you think that's important that I didn't bring up, please go ahead and bring it up. You know, comments are always open to go back and forth. If you can come up with something cool, I'll definitely give you a thumbs up on that. Give you a comment too and all that good stuff. But until next time, if I don't do another video before next time, Happy New Year, and we'll see you. Keep gaming now. Take care.